Test. What's up, guys? I'm Grace.
And I'm Lucy.
We're coming to you from 83rd Avenue, and you're listening to
The Big
Picture Podcast.
And tonight we're just chilling. We're talking about each other
to you.
and our careers and our artistry. And we're also going to dive into a little bit more about Big Picture Podcast itself and what we've got planned for the future. And tonight we're just chilling. We're talking about each other and our careers and our artistry.
Pretty crazy that it's been
a little bit more about Big
3
Picture
years
Podcast
doing
itself and what we've got
Big
planned
Picture
for the
Podcast.
future. Holy, when you think about it like that, eh?
Should we talk about our origin story?
Yeah, I'd love to. Because everyone knows where they were at 3 years ago. COVID was the crazy time. It birthed a lot of things.
Big Picture Podcast was born in Lucy's apartment out of
Yeah, I'd love to.
frustration. It was like that
platform.
that nothing was happening,
It birthed a lot of things.
and the need for something.
There were just not a lot of shows going on at the time too, witnessing a lot of those kinds of artists not having their spaces and places, but also just in general thinking to ourselves, what can we do out of our own free space, out of our own free time, with what we have available to us to just create magic? And I think that's the beauty of art itself, is to make something out of nothing. And it all evolved so much. I'm so excited. And this is a brand new season, so we've got some brand new ideas coming around. I know in the past we focused a lot on musicians and bigger bands, and we focused on a lot of other stuff too, which was unique. Remember when we did Oscars? That was really cool.
All of the big picture.
It's
all of it.
It's about the big picture.
Season 3, what to expect.
I know
couple
in
of
the past
things.
we focused
Our
a lot on music.
next episode, we'll be chatting with Gratuitous. Super sweet.
They are such a talented band, man. We're also having a playwright on in this next season. So it's nice to have a rounded form of artistry.
And we got some photographers coming on. That will be excited. We're gonna chat with some business owners. Anyways, all things very exciting to come. Who are you, Lucy?
Oh, yes.
Tell me about you.
A little bit about what's Big Picture Podcast, but now who is Big Picture Podcast? Who's running it? Well, I'm Lucy, this is Grace, and both of us are artists, and that's kind of how we based each other's friendship off of, is through our artistry and having so much similarity between how we navigate this world through the eyes of creativity. I am an artist full-time and just all the time. It's not really a job, it's a lifestyle. You look at it as a way of life.
Where you can't. Depends.
That was a good one. It's a great piece at that one show, that one time, catching every single talent on one canvas.
That one show, that one time.
There's a date on it somewhere.
That was Peace and Love.
How we navigate this world through the eyes. Oh, that was a good one. Peace and Love was a good one.
Anyways,
Lucy,
any upcoming events
full-time and just all the time.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's quite a few things coming up. Pretty recently, we actually have the Night of Artists Gala going down at Bonnie Doon Mall. And it's a really interesting one, because at first I thought to myself, I never head down to Bonnie Doon Mall. When do you usually find yourself there? But then I realized it's quite a cultural endeavor going back down there. And they've got quite a few art spaces, and they're very community gathering idea behind their mall really resonates with me. So it's nice that they're going to have this Night of Artists happening down there. It's kind of a brand new thing because of their Noah Gallery that's also situated there. And every time they just bring in a lot of people to Bonnie Doon, and it's a great positive show up of people, and people who are respectful of art and really are interested in valuing the art that they're buying and stuff too. They're always encouraging of more expensive artwork too, which I always love seeing. I'm excited for this Night of Artists, but there's plenty of other things going on too. This one is, it's this month. What is it, March? 15th, 16th, and 17th. So the weekend coming up here pretty soon.
Exciting.
So yeah, nice check it out. One. And they do that one twice annually. I think we're doing it seasonally or something. I'll have to check into that, but they do it quite often. And they not only have the Saturday night gala, but they're just also a market that runs all weekend. Just So that clears things up on how the structure of it kind of works.
Interested in
See where else that takes.
art that they're buying and stuff too. So they're
And how about you, Grace? Lucy the artist. But who's Grace the artist? Who's the other foot running this
Night of
bicycle
artists,
here?
but there's plenty of other things.
Many hats.
Very
Practicing, aware of many hats. Where do we start? Painting.
Obviously, we are both acrylic painters.
Yes.
Posca pen painters, maybe too.
Excited.
A little Posca, always.
And they do that one.
I was thinking. But anyways, I paint, I do hair. Consider that an art form.
Definitely.
It's
Saturday
a lot
night
of
gala,
fun,
but they're just
and
also a market that lets
I promote shows and curate events. Grace present and
See where else that takes me.
what else do I do?
Well, honestly, your creational skills
how
when it
about
comes
you,
to
Ray?
event making is an incredible endeavor in itself. You're bringing together a tasteful type of group of people, and the vibes you create are
Very
always
true. Creator of vibes. Consider that an art form
Oh yeah.
as
Where
well.
we start painting.
Music management.
Obviously, we're both
I like
acrylic
to dip my
painters.
toes in all of it.
Yes.
Just have some fun.
I love your crazy, quirky faces and the way you create
Posca.
psychedelia or a vibe of innocence that mixes with the youthful party culture.
Anyways,
It's insane. Insanity looking at them. It really is. It's like I'm
I do hair.
going through something.
It's a journey. Art should
It's a-
for the disturbed.
How long have you been doing art for?
And,
I've been doing art forever.
promote shows.
Yep,
and
that's just kind of the
events.
answer I was looking for.
First
Both of us are
design.
just choosing it as a lifestyle.
It's
Even a
always
choice.
has been. It's always been the way it's
Well, honestly, your
digested.
creational
Started
skills when it comes to
taking my
making
art
is
more
an
seriously,
incredible
trying to
endeavor in
sell
itself.
it
You're
in
bringing together
2018.
Do you have any
Yeah.
upcoming events coming up? I know I
People-
definitely had a couple. So.
Yes,
the vibes.
Many.
creator was
let me tell you about
Creator
them.
of
They're
vibes.
very exciting too.
Tell me.
Coming up soonest to furthest.
Music
Confidential
management?
information. Not confidential. Unknown. You're hearing it here first.
Oh, this is exciting.
March 22nd.
I love your crazy quirky
Vaughan
faces,
Metal
and kind of,
Battles
crazy
Edmonton
psychedelia
Finals. Fall of Earth,
vibe of
Age of Ashes,
innocence that
Wreck-It
mixes with
Betties, and Tatara. It's gonna be wild, it's gonna be sick, Starlight Room, be there for sure. Following that, April 11th, just announced at the Aviary, I think it's the 11th. April 11th. Surf Hat and Gratuitous at the Aviary.
Ooh, yes.
Surf Hat is from Vancouver. They're gonna be sick. Gratuitous is gonna be sick, of
I've been
course.
doing art forever.
Yep.
June
I mean,
15th.
that's just kind of the answer.
No, May 25th. Vaughan Metal Battles Canadian Finals.
The way
This has
that
never
should-
happened in Edmonton before. Huge. It's gonna be
Started taking
wild.
my
This
playing
is
at that
where bands from all over Canada are gonna come for
So
this
do you have any
giant
upcoming events coming up?
battle
I
of the
know I
bands,
definitely had a couple.
essentially,
Yes.
where
Many.
these bands are
Very
competing
exciting
to
too.
play at Vaughan
Coming
Open
up
Air in
soon is
Germany.
different.
And the person that wins, or the band that wins on May 25th, will be going to play Vaughan in Germany.
Unknown. You're hearing
No
it
way.
here.
So that's super sick. It's
Trip
gonna
to
be really
Germany, anyone?
exciting.
Ooh.
20
Lovely. So if you're into, it's mostly metal and stuff that they're doing. So
metal
Yeah,
battles,
but really
Edmonton
cool, and
it's such a vibe.
it's a very interesting variety.
Record
So
that is,
even if you like anything moderately,
it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be sick.
I think you would
Starlight
enjoy it.
Room, be there
June
for
15th,
sure.
2014,
Following
Tumblr
that-
themed show. The 1975
Oh,
Arctic
11.
Monkeys.
Just listing
Lana
them
Del
off
Rey.
here, Grace. You got so many
Lord,
more.
are you kidding me? Bands is bands. Come dressed in your 2014.
Surf hat
Best.
and gratuitous.
It's happening June 15th.
Surf hat is from.
That's all I'm gonna tell you for now.
Back
Save
to
the
back
date.
to back.
Upcoming.
Woo! Guess I have one more to mention to the
June
100 under
15th.
100 artists. It's actually a group of people
25th.
from Calgary who have
Vaughan
recently come up to Edmonton, and they're going to be putting on a bit of like a part-time little market
Canadian
of 100
files.
artists, all
This
selling
has
their artwork
never
under
happened
$100.
in
So
Edmonton.
that should be fun when they bring that around. I think submissions are open for that right now. So yeah, look up
This is
100
where
artists.
bands from
Let's see.
all over Canada.
Oh, yes.
Tell
are
me
gonna
what
come to
your
this giant
first art show was like.
Battle of the Bands.
first time
essentially,
You
where
got to
these
go and
bands
display and
are
sell your work.
There was a
competing
couple of, you
to
know,
play
lower
at
key
volume
versions of it, but
and
I guess the
reserve
best,
rate.
most favorite kind of
And
first
the
time I
person
did was at that
wins,
one
or band that
show.
wins on
You
May
remember?
25th will be
Oh
going
my god.
to
It's the
Zenith?
same one that you probably showed
Zenith?
up with your
It's
stuff.
gonna
To
be really
Germany
exciting.
and-
Yeah.
No way.
Now still we need to
This
talk
I
about
think
it.
was the best
You're into, like, it's mostly
Edmonton
metal
show
and
that
stuff.
I've been to. It was the coolest
Yeah,
thing ever.
but
It was put on
really
by
cool and
Indania.
Such a vibe.
it's a very
Yeah, Donna,
And
and
they-
then because it might be
if you like anything
under Moria still.
Oh.
But it was a really great show, I think, as well, because both people were very ambitious and they took on a lot. And I
Right.
remember the entire time them saying, "It's crazy, it's chaotic, I don't know if I can do it."
show.
But by the time it came together, I saw how many strings that they tried to sew into this event to make it happen. And I think all everyone really needed was just a seed. They all needed the idea that we were all coming together, and they all saw the list of who's showing up, other artists that they knew of and never thought that they would come together as one. Everything from fashion to music to clothing artistry, painting, all sorts of forms of art were there, dancing even, and all these artists were all realizing that, you know, we're all just one, and we're all just influenced by the same place and the same creativity, and we don't get that type of introduction to each other on that level so vastly. It was amazing to see all those people come together. I think it was an event that sparked a lot of other people to start making more events like that as well. It was like the beginning for me of what a lot of these other events are starting to look like. It's because of the connections that were made that night.
Yeah.
Insane. Even now I look back and I'm like, wow.
The energy
Best
too.
cool. I met them.
Kind of
The
first
energy
time I
too
did
was
at
like
that
something
one show.
you can't even describe. I haven't felt
The
that,
same
and
one
it
that
could
you
partly
probably
be because it was
Showed
just
up with your stuff too.
so new.
Yeah,
No way.
it happened
So
out of a
cool
garage.
and
Just
so
like
new.
papers.
There was no
This
stage. It
parallel
was all on the
space.
same ground.
Yeah, it's
Parallel
just a
space was a great
circular
spot for it.
stage, and
Put on by
everybody just crowded around, like
Yeah,
so
darn
stoked to
it.
be there, so thrilled about the
Artwork all the way up to the ceilings
Yeah.
that you see here.
It was a really
Yeah,
great
it was
show. I think
But it
beautiful.
was
well
a
because
garage
both
ceiling
people were
level,
very
so
ambitious,
it was
they took on
massive,
a lot,
and people
and I
had
remember
stuff
the
hanging
entire
from
time
everywhere.
saying,
It was like the
"It's
prep
chaotic,
party
I don't know what I can do."
beforehand was
By the time it
almost
came
as fun
together,
as the
I saw
actual
how
party,
many
which is
strings
funny too.
that they tried
Getting
to
stuff
sew
all
I was
over was
horrified.
chaotic.
make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think
And
all
messy,
everyone
but it
really
worked out.
needed
Everyone.
was just a seed.
Yeah, so
They all needed
that
the
was a
idea
great
that
event
we
for
were
me to
all
first show
coming
my work
together,
in
and they all
because I
saw
kind
the
of
best that
decided,
showed up,
you
other
know, I
artists
was going to
that
bring a
they
bunch
knew
of
of and
stuff,
never
and when I
thought
showed up,
that
I didn't know
they
what kind
would
of
come
space I
together
had
as
available.
one.
But it kind of showed me
Everything
you
from
just
fashion
take whatever
to
space you have. If
music
you show up early, you know, you do what you
clothing
can with what you got.
artistry, painting,
And
all
that's
sorts
the beauty of
forms
it. Every kind of
art,
artist forms their art
dancing
together
even.
to make a nice
And
little,
all these
you know, I don't
artists
even know what to call that, but
all
like a stained
realizing
glass
that,
version
you know,
of
we're all just one.
like
And
an
we're
art
Mosaic.
mosaic on the wall.
influenced by the
That was
same
nice.
place and the same
Yeah,
creativity.
all
You don't
artists
get
need
that
to know
type
for
of
sure these couple of things.
introduction to each other on that
Definitely
level. So,
wire your
so
artwork
vastly. It was
every time.
amazing.
Gloss
As soon as
your
you
artwork.
All
finish
those people
it,
come together. I
wire
think
it.
it was an event
Wire
that
it,
sparked
gloss
a
it,
lot of
and
other
then I usually
people
put a card
to
or
start
something in there that
making
says
more
the
events like that
dimensions,
as
the
well.
price,
It was,
the
it
name
was
of
like
the artist, so I
beginning
could
for me
pop
of
that
what a
on
lot
my
of these other
painting when I
events
go
are
and
starting
show
to
it,
look
but
because
having
of
information if you want to
connections
sell
that
it is
were
key.
that night.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I feel like too for the
Probably
space
not
that
gonna sell it.
was the like artist show setup toolbox kit was like essential.
Can't even describe
Like
it.
that.
I haven't felt
Do you
that.
wanna
And it could partly
Tell the
be 'cause
people
it was just
about the
so new.
artist toolbox.
It happened
So
out of a
cool.
Oh
garage.
What do you
gosh,
need
the
in
amounts of
that? That you
layers.
take to every show
Yeah.
you're putting art up
Yes,
because
it's
Yeah,
a circular
if you don't,
stage and
it might might be on the floor.
everybody got crowded around. Like,
That's one
so
thing too,
excited
is
to
like
be there,
you always
so
forget
thrilled
that
about the
you
art.
don't get a
All
blanket
went
or a
to see
bag
it.
or wrap
Yeah.
every single painting, and that's always
Yeah.
kind of hard to do.
But
But
it
I
was
use
a
like
garage
bags.
ceiling level.
Large
so
plastic
it was
bags is the
massive
easiest, simplest thing.
and stuff hanging everywhere.
And then on top of that,
It
you know,
was
just
like
having
prep party.
Okay,
nice
wait.
glossy-
Bags.
Almost as fun as
Bring
that.
bags.
Bring bags. Put all your artwork in
Getting
bags.
stuff
Put
all in
I was
order.
covering on the edges if you can. I don't know, if you're like stacking them in a car,
Everyone
make sure that you don't stack them improperly. I usually do face to face,
Yeah, so
unless your
that was a
painting is
great
like
event for me to
textured.
show my work.
And then in
because I
general,
kind
like
of
don't toss them
decided,
around, don't throw them around
you know,
as much as
to
you
bring
can.
a
I know I had to
so
get
that
over
way
that.
the space
I
available.
don't
But
really
it
love
can be just
treating all my
make
paintings with
whatever
respect all the
space
time,
you have.
and
So
I hate
wherever
saying
you
that,
have,
but I
you
do
can
kind of
put
toss them
your
around
art.
sometimes. And I feel so bad, my little babies. I've broken a few doing that, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna go back to the studio and fix that. And sometimes they're not fixable, so
It is the worst.
it's the
Yeah.
worst. But
On the wall.
yeah, I mean, the artist toolkit's got so much in it, and a lot of it's very unique for what I have to do. And I do a lot of like markets and setting up grid walls, so I've got like tools and
Your
hammers
yeah.
and stuff. But I also
Wire.
have
Wire
zip
it,
ties,
gloss it, and then
galore,
I usually put a card
zip
or something in
ties,
there that
Velcro.
says
always need a
"Patience,
marker.
Christ."
Oh my god, a
A
Sharpie
Sharp
and a pencil.
and a pencil, and two kinds of tape,
and some wire.
or three kinds of tape. I don't know, all the adhesives possible. I've
I've
never used those hooks that you put onto the wall, but I
Artists.
have them in there.
Command hooks, just in case,
Just
in a
in
pinch.
case.
Because even
I don't know.
an
It's like
example
essential.
of that
Like
show we
that.
were talking about, like
Do
it
you
was
wanna
concrete walls.
Tell the people.
And they're
How
like,
the
you
hell were
can
we
try
supposed
to
to
drill
hang that
into it, like that's chill, but it was concrete. What do? You need your
Yes.
toolbox.
If you don't,
Just do it. If you're gonna
Might
start
be able to.
setting your art up at shows, build it.
That's one thing too. Is like
Build a
you always
toolbox.
forget.
Or you're
that
gonna-
you wanna
Just go to the
get
dollar
kind
store
of
for a lot of this
red
stuff
or
too,
wrap
honestly.
everything.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of things that you can just dollar store
I use,
haul
like,
for your little
bags.
toolbox, but
Large
you don't really
25
know
bucks
until
and
you're
you're
there
set.
too.
thing.
Yeah.
One of the things that
And
I
on
was
top of that,
really
you know,
invested in is
having,
after an event or
Okay,
after
wait,
a market,
bags.
I'd go through a list
Bring
that I wrote
bags.
down after setting up a takedown,
Bring
where I was
bags.
just like,
Put
oh
all
my
your
god,
artwork
I
in
forgot
bags.
a marker or something crazy,
Mhm.
and I just make sure without a marker that I would write that down for future.
Because you need it
Yeah.
so bad, yeah.
Well, you don't always
Unless
know
your
what you
painting
need
is,
until
like,
it's last
textured.
minute, and then it's too late.
And then in general, like.
But at
don't
a
toss
market,
them around,
though, it's
don't
always
throw
a
'em around as
beautiful,
much as you
beautiful
can.
thing
I
that
know
when
I
you
have
come
to get
together
over that.
with other
I,
artists.
All the art.
Don't
Your
really
neighbors
love-
are your friend.
Yeah.
There's
treat all
always
my
been
paintings with
moments where I'm
respect all the
like,
time,
oh, please
and I hate
help.
saying that, but I do kind of toss them around.
God, I need
sometimes.
change for a $20 bill. Happens every year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally.
wow.
I'm
Anyways,
gonna go back to the studio
I have a
and fix
question
that.
for you, Lucy.
And sometimes
Oh,
they're not
what's up, Grace?
What was the greatest
worst.
compliment you've ever
But,
received? in
Yeah, I
your-
mean, the
Best
artist
thing anyone's
toolkit's got
ever
so
told
much
me.
in it, and
Yo,
a lot
this
of
one
it's very
time when I was
unique to what
younger, I
have
think
to
it was
do,
grade
and
6, I had the best
markets and
teacher
very
ever.
well, so I've got like
She was one of those
tools
teachers
and
that taught us how to
hammers
manifest and meditate,
zip
and she was
ties,
beyond her
galore.
years at that point, and I was really
Always need a
inspired by
marker.
her as a young student.
oh my god.
Never
a
thought
Sharpie
a teacher like that would
and a pencil.
come
a
to our
pencil.
school and teach us.
Two kinds
She
of
did,
tape.
but only for 1 year.
Or three
And I was
kinds of
lucky
tape.
enough I
I
had
don't-
her when
I
I
don't
met
know, all the
in.
adhesives possible.
Shout out.
I've never
Shout
used
out.
those.
I miss her. But my grade 6
Just
teacher was the
in
best,
case,
best,
in
best, best
advance.
ever. And I
Because
think she
even
saw me
an
one day being really
example
nice to some kids or
of that
something,
show
and
we
as I was
were
walking
talking
home,
about,
I was getting my
concrete
backpack on
walls.
and starting to walk down the hallway, but I think it was
you
like
can
last
try to
week
drill
class.
into it.
And she comes out of the classroom and yells down the hallway,
It was concrete.
"Are you an angel?"
What do you do?
And I turned around and I was like a little weirded out at first.
Just do it. If you're
And then I
gonna
was just
start
like,
setting your art
"Thank
up at
you."
shows.
She really witnessed me do something really nice earlier that day, and I can't really remember what it was, but I definitely do remember her calling me out, being like, "Are you an angel?" The weirdest reaction ever, but so cute, so genuine. It's a really
One of
good
the things
compliment.
that I
held
was
that close
really
to my heart.
invested in is after
Are
an
you
event
an
or after a market,
Are
I'd
you
go through a
an
list that I
angel?
wrote down.
No, but thank you.
Where I was just like, oh my god, I
So
forgot a
adorable.
marker or
Yeah.
something
Mhm.
crazy.
And Grace,
And
how
I just
about
make
you?
sure without a marker,
What was one of the best
I wrote
compliments
down.
you've ever received, especially maybe on your work?
Because you need
I think
it.
the best
so bad. Yeah.
compliment I've ever received was Tristan from Gratuitous.
But at a market, though, it's always
Said I
a
was a
beautiful,
force to be
beautiful
reckoned
thing that when you
with.
come together with other
And I was like,
artists,
All the artists.
your neighbors are your
chills.
Yeah.
There's always been moments where I'm like, oh,
So that was really nice.
There's always
So,
something.
what does art mean to you?
God, I need change for a $20 bill.
Art
Happens
is
every
so
year.
important. It's such a big question, isn't it? That's what's supposed to answer them. You put the question on there, Lucy.
it's too big for my little mind. Even when I made the question, I thought to myself, it's a large one. Well,
It's a loaded question, yeah. Tea break really quick.
I guess tea break real
Well,
quick.
this one
Look
time
at
I was
it.
younger,
It's
I
actually
was
its integral
grade
nature in
six. I
my
had the
life
best
to heal
teacher
me.
ever.
I use it
She
all the
was one
time
of
as a
those
healing
teachers that
method.
taught us how to
Try and figure out what's
manifest
going on in my
and
psyche,
meditate
to
beyond her.
go through that journey of,
Years
you know,
at that point,
comprehension
and I
when
was
you're
really
just stuck
inspired
in
by her
emotion
because
and
never
there's
thought
something
a
about
teacher
it
like
that you want to
would
dig into until you understand
come to
it
school
deeper.
and teach us. She
I
did
use my
really
sketchbook a lot for that, an
She was
abstraction
lucky
to
that
kind
I
of
had her when I met
go
her.
in deeply, and once I'm done
Shout
expressing,
out.
taking a look back logically allows me
grade
to
six
create
teacher was the
almost a
best
language that I
ever.
can read.
And I think
in
she saw me
myself.
one day being really nice.
That's,
and
I
kind
feel,
and
feels
as
so
I was
important
walking home, I was
for
getting my backpack,
self-acknowledging
and I was
myself in
walking
the
down
deepest
hallway,
ways
but
that
I
maybe
was like,
words
class.
can't. And
She
then
comes out of the
also
classroom and yells down the
making
hallway,
pain into beauty.
"Are you
And
an
all these,
angel?"
you know, scratching at the meaning
And I
of
turned
things
around and I was
actually
like,
turns
a little
into something
weirded
really
out at
beautiful
first.
in the end, and
And then I was just
constructive,
like,
I think, is a powerful
you.
gift.
She
Even on the
really
inside,
did
you
something really
recognize
nice
that
earlier
as a
that day, and I can't remember
creational
what it was, but I definitely do remember
power.
her
Like, we're
calling
all
me out.
here and
Being
all
like-
the time in every single way. And to make something out of
Weirdest
nothing,
reaction
man,
ever, but so
that's
cute,
incredible.
so
Think
genuine.
about that. That's crazy.
It's a really
Make
good
something
compliment.
into
Close to my heart.
nothing or nothing into something.
Seriously, that's art.
What does art mean to you,
No,
Grace? Because that's a really deep question, but I want to see what your thoughts
So
have.
adorable. Yeah.
And Grace, how about you?
is
What was one of the best compliments you've ever
digestion,
received,
it's life,
especially maybe on
it's
your work?
essential, I think. I just keep going back to
I think the
should
best
comfort the
compliment
disturbed,
I've ever
comfortable.
seen.
I
And
love
your art is
that.
very disturbing too, so it's usually what you're going for. You're pushing those boundaries as far as you can reach.
Tristan
Yeah.
from
It
Gratuitous
sometimes
says
is.
a force to be reckoned
I'll see someone come over to your place sometimes and like look at, I don't know, one with a cigarette or even if they're naked or something, and they'll give it that
So-
weird look. You know the look I'm talking about. You know that look, and I
Yeah.
can just see the joy in your eyes, because you know that
Yeah.
they're being disturbed.
Art is so important.
That's quite
Such
obviously
a
the
big
point.
question, isn't
Especially
it?
the weird,
How's one supposed to answer that?
fucked up looking.
You put the question on there.
It's
It's
all about that for a long time. Because I love the fucking. You can just tell. Like, some people are like, oh my god, I love that.
It's a loaded question.
Other people are like, what the fuck, you?
I think
Okay.
for me, I saw my own
I guess-
voice in those
Yeah.
paintings and what I was trying to do.
You know, as I
I was
look at
also
it-
painting nude women.
Is actually its intention.
There's
I
so
think
much
when
behind
people don't
it.
say what's in that painting, then
I
they
use
don't
it all
understand
the
what
time
it's
as a
saying. But
healing method
a lot of people were looking
to
at
try
it
and figure out what's going
and
on
they
in my
understood that
psyche,
deep
to
value where you were coming
go
from.
through that
place
journey
of
of, you know,
what's on the
comprehension, when you're
canvas.
just stuck
when
in
I
emotion
was
and
doing a lot of
there's something
nudity
about it
and
that you want to
especially self-portraiture,
claw at until you
I was getting a lot of
understand
backlash
it
for it as well. But
I
I
use
think
my
the
sketchbook a lot for
realization
that,
around the
an
fact that it's like a
abstraction to kind
scream,
of
it's like your cry out into the
deeply,
universe.
and
Like,
once I'm done
this is me,
expressing,
here I am,
taking
I
it
don't
back
care, I
out,
don't give a
taking
shit.
it out.
It's
How
so
ugly
loud
my
and
skin is.
vulnerable, yeah.
I'm going to be
Be
vulnerable.
myself.
You know, I don't care about any
That's,
wrinkle,
Yeah.
any mole. I'm gonna be vulnerable because I'm sick and tired of being caged and held back, and I just want to be free. And I think that's like part of
And then
art
also
is
making
to allow
meaning
space to scream
all
into the
these
void, whatever you
Totally.
need to scream.
Yeah.
Actually
How do
turns
we
into
know
something.
And no one can
going
tell
on?
you it's not how it's supposed to be because it's yours.
And
You
even on the
created
inside,
it.
you recognize that
It's
as
always-
a creational
You know,
power. You're like,
Is
as
it
it should be, as it
you're
needs to be.
Isn't that so special?
manifesting creation
It-
all the
Paintings have
time
no
in every
use.
single way.
But
And to make
so-
something
So therefore
out
they
of
should
nothing,
have no
man,
value under
that's
capitalism.
incredible. Think about that.
But
That's
they
crazy.
still hold value.
Make something into
How so?
nothing.
Right?
nothing into
It's like
something.
the outlier. That's art. I'm discovering.
What does art mean to
That's
you,
super
Grace? Because
important.
that's a really
Art
big
is so
question.
powerful.
Art is
What
next
your
level.
thoughts have?
Yo,
Art
Yes. Anyways, who are you listening to locally right now, Lucy?
Taylor Grace.
I saw she's recording a EP right now.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. She's got some stuff going on in her life. And she had a show this last weekend that I couldn't make it to, but I'm doing very well at. They're always showing like once a month, so I love that. And then of course, who else?
And yours is very
Kaylee Jade is of course one that I always have to mention. She's got her awesome album cover out there, so go check it out because I was behind that shit and it was so much fun to do. I love that empowerment moment that we had, all three of us artists, the painter, the photographer, and the musician all coming together for a sick album cover.
That weird look.
So hopefully that one will be applied to Canadian Music Awards.
I can just see the joy in your eyes.
And
because you know
I'd be sick if
they're
it was
being
chosen, so
disturbed.
that's
That's
up for
quite
the future.
obviously the point.
It's exciting.
Especially
that
the
would be so
weird,
fun. Go buy her album.
fucked up.
Go help her out on Patreon. Free Jade, everyone. And who are you listening to live? Because I already mentioned your favorite.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm listening to Gratuitous. I just saw this new band.
You can just tell.
They're
like,
young,
somebody's
like,
oh my god.
all 17, 18. Metal band, Tatara.
I think
Okay.
for
Wow.
me, I saw my own voice
Really good.
in those videos.
Really
and what I was trying to do when
High
I was
energy metal.
also,
But refreshing. It felt like something different to
Refreshing.
me a little bit.
High
It was
energy.
just like they were really good. So I'm excited to see them on March 22nd.
March 22nd. So many good shows coming up. These Battle of the Bands have been amazing for your career.
It's so much fun to do. What else am I listening to? I've been listening to Honey Ham Jam.
Oh, Honey Ham Jam,
Jane
yeah.
Frown.
You ever
It's
heard
a
of the
good,
New
like,
Engineers
painting
are still
song.
playing too? Well, I'm just like thinking of all the McEwen bands.
It's
How
so
would
good.
you
Ham
manage
Jam's
to
a
do
good
this?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be vulnerable.
Miss Fortune
you know, I don't
Tellers.
care about any
Miss
wrinkle.
Fortune Tellers.
Any mole.
John. I've been
I
listening
mean,
to a lot of Girlwood recently. Not
Woo.
Edmonton, but fun. Very
That's
good.
Nice couple of lists, a couple of playlists. We should make
allow
a big picture
space to
podcast
scream into
playlist.
the
that we
void,
should
whatever
do.
you want to
Yeah.
do.
Anything that you're getting excited for
I know I
right
can
now,
tell you
anything
it's not how it's
exciting
supposed to
happening
be
in your
because it's
art
nice.
and your inspirations and your
Always,
daily endeavors.
you know,
I've been
as it
painting a
should
lot.
be, as it needs
That's
to be.
exciting.
Isn't that so
Lots of
special?
new
Paintings have
art
no
being
use.
created. I've been feeling really inspired.
And so
I've been
therefore
inspired
you
for a
have
lot
no
of
value under
new
capitalism.
shows to
But they still
different
don't
show
have-
ideas, kind of
So,
Right? It's
ways
like
to
the
do some
outlier.
different stuff. That's really exciting,
I'm just
and
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited about a lot that's
Art
been
is
like
so
unfolding
powerful.
randomly in my life right now. I
art is
feel like
next level.
out of the blue, situations have started to come at me from
Yo,
directions that I
art,
wanted them to
yes.
come in. Well, all of a sudden, it's like the gates have opened. Here you go. All the opportunities you ever wanted will start flying your way. I've got a installation gig that I'm kind of working for. I'm working for a company called Hello Art. We're just at the beginning of growing,
Yeah.
but if Edmonton people want to show off their art, I highly recommend them to sign up to these kinds of websites. And Hello Art is a good one.
I'm listening to the Provocateurs right now too.
Oh
Not
yes,
to mention that.
Provocateurs is
Wake
a hard
up.
one to not mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hello Art's been amazing, but another opportunity I've also been working for was the Pub and Paints. Oh, I'm so excited for
Sign
that.
up, sign up.
I've got
I was
Kira and
behind
Ariel,
that
two
shit.
fantastic women who
It
kind of
was
like
so
run
much
this
fun to
business,
do.
and they're fantastic.
I love that.
They're so much fun.
empowerment
They're so
moment
friendly
that
and
we had
nice. I'm
all
really
through
enjoying
artists.
working with them.
People
Go up and
sign up.
These are
Pink classes.
great questions.
Album cover.
So you guys can go
hopefully
to
that one will be
Eventbrite. They're
applied
all there.
to,
There's also the link to them
Canadian
to
Music Awards.
through pubandpaint.yeg or maybe just pubandpaintyeg. I don't know if there's a dot or not, but that's their
Okay.
Instagram.
Check it
Go through their
out.
Instagram to the Eventbrite or from the Eventbrite website, search Pub and Paint, and it's on Eventbrite there too. So
And who are you listening
Yeah,
to?
they've got
live?
classes
Because I
running,
already
like,
mentioned your favorite.
sometimes 3 times a week. So
Yes. Okay.
check it on out and look for the name Lucy. To get $5 off, you guys can use the coupon code LUCY.
Use the coupon code Lucy. Not even
None of
sponsored. That was Very nice.
That was
Thanks
nice.
for listening to the Big Picture podcast.
Really good.
That was fantastic.
Really
Yeah, I think we've got pretty much all the
Um,
questions down, and
high
I feel like that was a pretty good start to the pod.
middle,
What are we here? Yeah, I think that's good.
but refreshing.
Wow, so
It felt like
just
something
as a little
different,
final
a little
point,
different.
let's give them some
Like,
words of inspiration from
They were really
Artist to artist.
do Lucy's
Person to person.
manifestation song right here, right now.
Ooh, what a good way to end the podcast.
Let's go. Start it
Y'all
off,
ready
Luce.
for this? I'm not sure they're ready for this. So y'all
We
ready
gotta
for
start it off,
this?
start it off.
I need a beat. Could you pretend that you got a beat going? No.
No.
Just a
do
simple
it.
one.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh, honey.
business that's successful. I got lots of time to paint. Nothing ever feels stressful. I walk in my studio. All I see is potential. It's my higher self and I. We're on the same tempo. I got rich clients.
Less on me.
I got a pocket full of cash. They like what they see. I can paint anything I want. And y'all make it good. Spreading all these dollars than you should. Now I'm blowing up on TikTok. Raking in that shmoney. Preaching from the heart and acting real funny. Yes, I am living my truths. And discovering the riches. Authenticity's the baseline to be getting what you're wishing. I'm living freedom at its highest. And for that, I'm very thankful. I am loving living life, but doing shadow work is painful. Had to cut people loose, cause they didn't align with my vibes. Now I'm starting up these groups. I'm calling in my tribe. I got a beautiful house and a dog and cats above. And I am never really lonely, cause I got the God above. And I'm supported by the love of my friends and family. I give them lots and lots of care and love them unconditionally. I got trust in the universe. Her patchwork so divine, working for my highest good. She knows my exact design, and for that I'm very happy. I got all that I need. A place to paint, good food to eat, and a steady rhythmic heartbeat. Thanks everybody for listening. That is the manifestation song. It is the wish
That's
song.
Lucy's manifestation song.
I hope it all comes true. Oh wait, it already has.
It's called Hello.
Right down to the
They're
cat.
just at the beginning of growing, but if any people want to show off their art, I highly recommend them to sign
They're
up.
doing shadow work. It's
These kinds of
well. Thanks so much for listening to our podcast, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week with
Oh yes.
Gratuitous.
Provocateurs is a hard one to not mention.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Next week
Get
with
excited for that.
gratuitous. That's gonna be a fancy one.
So
I
Hello
can't
Art's
wait.
been amazing, but
Bye guys.
another opportunity.
Bye.
I'm looking forward
We
to
out.
Kira and Ariel, two fantastic women who kind of like run this business, and they're fantastic. They're so much fun. They're so friendly and nice. I'm really enjoying working with them. Go up and
People sign up.
these
They're
are
great
some
classes.
great questions. So I don't know if there's a dot or not, but that's their
Okay.
Instagram.
Check it
Go through
out.
their Instagram to the Eventbrite, or from the Eventbrite website, search Pub and Paint, and it's on Eventbrite there too. So yeah,
Sweet.
they've got classes running like sometimes 3 times a week. So check it on out and look for the name Lucy. To get $5 off, you guys can use the coupon code LUCY. It's my
Use
name.
the coupon code Lucy. Not even sponsored. That was very nice.
That was Yeah, I think we've got pretty much all the questions down, and I feel like that was a pretty good start to the pod.
What are we here? Yeah, I think that's good.
Wow, so from
Let's
Artist to
do
artist.
Lucy's
Person to person.
manifestation song right here, right now.
ooh, what a good way to end the podcast.
Let's go.
Going.
simple
it.
one.
Yeah.
Like a yo. Yourself and I, we're on the same tempo. I got rich clients.
Less on me.
I gotta. Make it good, spreading all these vibrant. Making in that money, preaching from my heart and acting real. Authenticity's the baseline to be getting what. The work is painful, had to cut people loose, cause they didn't align with my vibes. Now dog and cats love, and I am never really lonely, cause I got the God above, and I'm supported by the love of my friends and family. Her patchwork so divine, working for my highest good. Yeah, she knows my exact design, and for that I'm very happy. Yeah, I got all that I need. A place to paint, good food to eat, and a Thanks
really
everybody
good.
for listening. That is the manifestation song. It is the wish
That's
song.
Lucy's manifestation song. And
I hope it all comes true. Oh wait, it already has. Right down to the cat.
seriously, that's
I
awesome.
love life. But doing shadow work, it's listening to our podcast, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week with Gratuitous. So,
Ooh. Next week with
excited for that.
Gratuitous. That's gonna be a fancy one. I can't wait.
okay.
Bye guys.
Bye.
We out.